All right. Well, welcome back to Lost Alice, everyone. And today we are going to be starting chapter 5, I believe. So let's go. Ooh. All right. But yeah, let's start chapter 5. I smiled politely and bowed to the young man who was looking this way. How do you do, Chess King? I'm Mitchie. I'm also known as Alice, but my real name is Mitchie. I spoke clearly as I stared straight into his pale gray eyes. The young man seemed taken aback by my forwardness, before suddenly realizing something. Forgive me, I was so taken in by your beauty that I neglected to introduce myself. And, well, there's not a person in Wonderland who doesn't know who I am, so how remiss of me. My mind was made up. The Chess King is undoubtedly as smooth as Kyle. The first half of his speech, about being taken in by my beauty, strikes me as complete flattery. The last half, about neglecting to introduce himself, I was sure could be taken at face value. No wonder he's the king. I have to hand it to him. He's definitely smooth. He was full of self-assurance when he smiled and told me his name. I am Owen Chester. I am king of this chess kingdom. Okay, new character. The chess king, Owen, definitively executed an air of royalty. He spoke with confidence, and his voice emitted a strong sense of dignity. I suppose you could call me a friend of Kyle's. We seem to be stuck together. I was somewhat surprised by Owen's explanation. I'm sure they could get away with their earlier conversation because they were close, but I'm still surprised by the familiarity between Kyle and the king. As I took a moment to ponder the nature of their acquaintance, Owen posed his own question. So, how are you and Kyle getting along? Let's see. Ooh, that was getting tough. Like if I had this smile, like if I was going with instinct, I would definitely say he's very annoying, but something also tells me that's not the best answer, so I think I'm gonna go with we get along fine, I suppose. I suppose you could describe us as getting along right? My response lacked conviction. Haha, that's right, Owen. Mitchie and I get along great. Kyle laughed heartily as he hugged me, but I shoved him away without a word. Ha! Owen watched our interaction, failing to stifle his laugh. That was a very good choice. Okay. I'll have to see which one was the best choice for that one. Right, so there are 8 parts. Yep, I'm gonna have to do this in parts. Actually, we're lucky to have bumped into you here, Owen. I wanted to discuss something with you, preferably in private. I don't mind, but what about her? How about it, Mitchie? Do you mind being on your own for a while? Not at all. Go do what you need to do. Great. I'll only be gone a short while. Why don't you and Al take a walk and check out some of the cute shops around here? He was right about there being lots of shops displaying cute knickknacks. Very well, Alice. I'm going to borrow Kyle for a while. That ring. Owen addressed me before whisking Kyle away. Shall we go then? Sure. Al and I nodded at each other and set off on a tour of the City of Light. In no time, we stopped before an adorable shop. This looks like a confectionery. Dainty little sweets were lined up and giving off a delicious aroma. They were delightful to look at, too. Flower-shaped cookies, star-shaped sponge cakes, and cat-shaped milk chocolate. Look, Alice, there's a playing cards cake, too. A playing cards cake? Al pointed at a cupcake. One glance showed that it was designed after playing cards. Not only was it heaped with cream, it looked adorable and absolutely scrumptious. I think I'll buy one of those. Wait, not one, maybe 3? One for me and Al, and one for Kyle. Not that there's any deep meaning behind me wanting to buy one for Kyle, but the fact that I was even given thought to buying a souvenir for him could only mean that I was starting to care for him. He took the time to guide me through Wonderland. Alright. Yes. Ah! What is it, Al? Al was trembling after seeing the label on one of the sweets. Oh no, rabbit cookies. I'm going to be turned into a cookie. What? Obviously, they weren't made out of rabbits. They were just shaped like rabbits. Al fell into a state of panic and screamed as he darted out of the shop. Al, wait! I ran after Al in a hurry. I ran around the city searching for Al. I noticed a change in the scenery. I was still in the chess kingdom, but apparently I had wandered from the city of light into the city of sorrow. I wonder how far Al could have gone. Alice. Alice? Is that me? I heard a soft voice and turned in that direction. When I passed by a deserted alley, I noticed a shadow. It was Kyle and Owen. Apparently, this was where they were holding their conversation. I see, so she's more stubborn than she looks. As he said this, I thought I saw him cast a glance my way. I instinctively hid in the building's shadow. Of course, I could have just let my presence be known, but if Kyle and Owen were talking about me, that would have been awkward. Ooh, this is getting good. Alan continued to look this way, but made no sign of moving. Maybe he hadn't noticed me? Kyle looked uncharacteristically serious as he muttered to himself. She wants to find the road home. She has no idea what will be waiting for her once she gets there. Do I detect a note of sympathy? When Kyle fell silent and didn't reply, it was Owen's turn to speak. Kyle, no matter what she wants, you know what you have to do. Don't be led by your emotions. It's the responsibility of the Cheshire Cat to make sure Alice stays in this world. Don't forget, it's your duty to ensure that she never returns to the real world. Yeah, I know that, Owen. I'll be sure to fulfill the duty of the Cheshire Cat. That's the reason for my existence. Kyle closed his eyes as he spoke, as if in a prayer. So that she doesn't regain her lost memory, so that she no longer wishes to go home, so that she decides to live happily in Wonderland forever. It's my job to make that happen. What? I couldn't believe my ears. My home and where I belong is the real world? There's another world besides Wonderland? Kyle promised to help me find my way home, but he had no real intention of letting me go? It's fine as long as you understand. Will you stay by Alice and to continue to keep surveillance? To ensure that she doesn't regain her memory and that she never remembers the way home? Of course, that's the plan. Kyle! Ooh, this is getting so good. I wish I had more story tickets. Oh well, I'll go as far as I can. I felt utterly torn by the conversation I just overheard. He wasn't staying with me to help me because I wanted to go home. He was doing so I wouldn't leave. Everything he said, it was all a lie. I couldn't just stand there. I managed to be careful not to make a sound and fled as fast as I could. I was all alone as I trudged listily through the dense forest. I had sensed that Kyle had his own agenda, but I couldn't help but feel there was something strange about his behavior when we first met. His whispered words were unusually sweet, like how he had been waiting for so long. I sensed something was off. I should have known that he wasn't to be trusted. And yet, why does it hurt so much to know that he deceived me? My face was contorted as I muttered to myself, having no outlet for my emotions. I hadn't realized until now. Had I simply come to care for Kyle, who stayed with me unconditionally without me even having to ask? Faced with my known emotional weakness, I felt pained. I can't rely on Kyle anymore, I muttered under my breath, as if to convince myself. Even if Kyle doesn't want me to, want to go home no matter what. I don't care if my home is not in Wonderland but another world, even if it's the real world. I'm going to do whatever it takes to find my way there. I'm even going to reclaim my lost memories. I suddenly heard the growling of an animal. An animal that I had never seen before emerged slowly from a nearby I'm pretty sure they meant to say corpse. Is this what Kyle meant when he mentioned a dangerous beast that attacks humans? If I recall, he called it... Okay, one more. A Bandersnatch. Yeah. I barely managed to sidestep the beast that unexpectedly pounced on me. That's right, magic. I waved my hand as I fled, releasing a flurry of radiant butterflies. The Bandersnatch momentarily flinched, but quickly resumed his pursuit when he determined the butterflies were harmless. Stop! When I focused my attention on the beast running after me, a shimmering shield appeared before me. Gah! The shield momentarily thwarted the Bandersnatch, but he refused to give up and immediately attacked the shield with his claws. The shield was able to withstand several blows, but soon it shattered with a loud screech. Perhaps it was the force of the broken spell, but a mighty jolt sent me tumbling to the ground. I realized I was in trouble, but it was too late. Before I could stand back, the beast bared his ferocious fangs and... Kyle? How? Someone came between me and the charging Bandersnatch. I knew that someone well. It was the person who had constantly stood by me since I awoke with amnesia. Hey, Bandersnatch. On the surface, Kyle's words appeared friendly, but his voice was stone cold. I see that your interest in this girl too. Believe me, I know how you feel. But no one but me is allowed to touch her. Ooh. Kyle quickly released a spell on the Bandersnatch, which let out a low growl and tried to find an avenue of attack. Countless lavender-colored arrows rained down from the sky, leaving no way up to escape. Gah! If you choose to walk away, I'm willing to overlook this, but if you insist on pursuing her... The surrounding trees rustled as Kyle spoke. A surge of magic gave me goosebumps. I'll show no mercy, so what'll it be? Ugh. The Bandersnatch let out a loud wail and fled with its tail tucked between its legs. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, that's it for now, but I will be right back once I get more free tickets. Okay? Alright. Be right back. Kyle came to my rescue. The sudden relief that I was out of danger had me crumbling to the ground, unable to remain standing. Are you all right, Mitchie? Before I knew it, I was in Kyle's embrace. Kyle? I'm sorry. If I had been with you, you wouldn't have been in danger. I'm so sorry. Everything is all right now, Mitchie. I felt my resistance left me. Kyle seemed genuinely concerned for my safety. He really was worried. He wasn't behaving like his normally evasive self. Right now, there was no sense of teasing. I was the one who got myself in trouble by wandering off on my own, yet he took full responsibility without blaming me. I was so shaken I couldn't speak. Mitchie, are you hurt somewhere? Kyle looked at me with concern as he held me in his arms. I forced myself to calm down and speak. Why are you so worried about me? You're always laughing and making fun of my reactions. What are you talking about, Mitchie? Of course I worry about you. You are the most important thing to me. Yes, I like to see you surprised and angry at times, but I would never want to hurt you. You know that, don't you? He was right. Kyle was exceedingly demonstrative, and he was no stranger when it came to teasing, but he never once did anything to physically hurt me. Alright. Still, Mitchie, I shoved Kyle away without a word and took a step away from him. Kyle, I heard what you and Owen were talking about in the City of Sorrow. You were talking about Alice. When Kyle was momentarily speechless, That one. Is what you said was true? You have no intention of letting me go home? I tried to confirm if Kyle really did betray me. Kyle silently regarded me. Ah, a tactic acknowledgement. There was nothing facetious about the conversation about Kyle and Owen in the City of Sorrow. It should have been glaringly obvious that all of it was true. It was a testament to my weakness that I had to seek confirmation. A part of me probably wanted to believe that it was all some sort of mistake. I didn't realize that I had been harboring such hope. I appreciate that you came to my rescue. Thank you, Kyle. Mitchie. Kyle called my name and grabbed my shoulders. He looked me in the eyes and asked in a measured voice, Tell me, are you still intent on returning to the world you came from, Mitchie? Are you prepared to reclaim your past and face the future? Clearly, I wanted to return to my own home. That much was true. I wanted to say, of course, but the words wouldn't come. I can't remember the reason, but could it be that I don't want to go home? It was like my forgotten past was holding me back from saying the words. Mired in such emotions, I found it impossible to say, I want to go home. A preview, I see. It is a role I'm not accustomed to, but why not? I'll give it a try. So, Alice found herself in a dangerous situation. I'm sure Kyle was out of his mind with worry. While letting her rest should take precedence, I'm afraid there may not be time for that. Because in the next page, the man is going to be on the move. He's fairly unpredictable, so there's no telling how he'll react. In a word, he's trouble. I kept thinking about Kyle, and even when I closed my eyes, I couldn't sleep. Just then, I heard a sound at the window. Huh? I sat up reflexively and noticed that there was a card affixed to the window that should have been locked. Just then, the card split open with a small explosive sound and a speck of light floated in the air. Next, there was a clicking sound and the window opened. I hope nothing happens, but I dare say that won't be the case. That was a very good... I need to make the best choices. Alright. Need to be on my game more. Nope, I'm gonna go home. Alright. I'm still a little sick. So yeah, that was chapter 5. I'm very stuffy right now. But I still enjoy playing this, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.